The show goes on, baby. Let me tell you. This life with God where he makes me feel like the most loved person, like his favorite girl in the whole entire world. Like I'll admit to you guys, I was low on faith today. Like I'm like feeling so overwhelmed, so anxious thinking about all the balls I have in the air and everything that's going on. And I was just feeling completely overwhelmed and anxious. And let me tell you how God loves me so much. Can you believe he figured out a way to just remind me that his presence is always, always, always with me. So this one started with me looking on my YouTube studio, like looking at our number of views over the last month, feeling so happy, so proud. And I started looking at the comments. So there was a comment from somebody when I did a video about my brother Kevin, and the comment was says best advice, and I'm like, yes, this is the best advice from my brother Kevin, that you make God a priority, make him a focus. And I ended up watching the video, and it was about a time that Joshie came to my room after I begged him and begged him and begged him, don't come to my room, my little son. I said, stay in your room, please. And he still figured out a way to come into my room. And at that time I was going crazy over the number 311, because that was God's way of speaking to me, and telling me to shush, 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 to be on the highest road with him. So when Joshie, and I was telling the whole world how God is telling me through this number 311 that he wants me to be on this high road with him, to shush, 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 be quiet, learn to be silent, So after begging Joshie not to come to the room, and after doing all these videos and telling the whole world like a crazy person, I touched my phone to see what time it was, and it was exactly 3:11. So that was back almost 2 years ago, guys, that I did that video. So feeling like so anxious and stressed out today, I said, God, what do you have to say to me? And it turns out that I left off my appointment from him that morning, that I usually go to our family's website, and I had left off, and I went back to continue reading where I had last left off from. Can you believe that God planted that very story there for me, with me telling Joshie, don't come to my room? You guys see that? Don't come to my room, about my 11-year-old son. Come into my room. And guys, that was just another glimmer of God's presence with me, that he's always with us in every moment, every second. He's there to comfort us and just wrap his arms around us. So whatever moment you're having, guys, I want us to remember that God is there. That lined up a little bit too perfect with all my YouTube video content for me to watch that video today. And then to say, God, what is this? What's going on with me today? And him to have that same story of Joshie showing up with that 311. And that 311 is such a huge reminder to me that the battles don't belong to me, guys. It's specifically God saying, Nick, be still and know that I am God. Not every situation is for us to fight, guys. We can show up, let me tell you, as the most loving selves, most joyful, happiest selves, going the extra mile, excellent selves every day, because we know the battles don't belong to us, they belong to God. And my God influencer, Carrie, what he explained to me about that be still, that means to let go. Say, God, here, you can take this burden from me and you can have it. You run with it, God. I'm not going to be worried and stressed about it any longer. So that was just a reminder to me, to you, that we're not going through life alone. We just have to show up every day to pass the most tiniest versions of ourselves. Say, God, here, we're here presenting ourselves for Judy. What would you have us to do in the world today? You want me to come and tell the world about my crazy 311? No problem, here I am. And about the story of Joshie coming to my room, no problem, God. So if anybody feels comforted by that, that's just God's love for you through me, that he wants you to know you're not going through life alone. His presence is with us, for us. He stands strong with us. Carrie's the one really building my faith and teaching me these things, that we don't have to handle everything. We can be still, we can relax, just do our utmost best in any situation, and then say, God, here, the rest is for you. And then just imagine that we're going through lives with this yoke on our necks, tied to God, doing our best in any moment that he would have us to do, and leave the rest with him. Okay, guys? So we're not going through life alone. God is there, and he just planted that story of Joshie on that page 42 of our family's website, just to remind me, the crazy lady here, that I'm not going through life alone. That we just have to look to God in every moment, tap into His strength, His wisdom, His love, His favor, His approval, like every good thing with God. And even all the bad situations that come our way, we can use it for our good if we use them to get closer to God. So don't miss out. The best life, I promise you, is close to Papa.